Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to tell you is shocking, and honestly, it feels almost unreal. Jen Arnold and Bill Klein, yes, the beloved couple from The Little Couple, the duo who've shared laughter, tears, and life's ups and downs on national television for years, are reportedly heading toward divorce. That's right. The couple that many thought had it all together, whose love story inspired millions, is now facing a heart-wrenching reality that no fan ever expected. And the twist? It's not just the usual pressures of life or a sudden fight. Sources suggest that this decision comes after a long period of emotional struggle, private disagreements, and perhaps issues that the cameras never revealed. This is the kind of news that makes you question, what do we really know about the lives of public figures we adore? Let's rewind a little. Jen Arnold and Bill Klein first captured the hearts of viewers with their extraordinary story. Both highly accomplished in their respective fields, they didn't just inspire through their professional achievements, they inspired through their resilience, their love for each other, and their beautiful family. Their journey wasn't easy, from navigating the challenges of dwarfism to raising children in a world that often judges differences. They showed the world a kind of courage that transcends ordinary storytelling. Fans have followed their journey closely. Every birthday, every milestone, every medical journey, and every moment of joy was shared on television. And yet, behind the smiles and the cameras, there were struggles that viewers never fully understood. Bill, with his charismatic humor and sharp business mind, and Jen, with her nurturing heart and unshakable determination, always seemed like the perfect complement to each other. But sometimes perfection is only what we see on the surface. Now, according to multiple insiders, Jen and Bill's relationship has been under strain for quite some time. Conflicts that seemed minor to the public were reportedly much deeper behind closed doors. There are hints that differences in life goals, personal priorities, and emotional needs may have created an invisible wedge between them. Fans might remember that the couple often appeared united on social media, posting happy family photos and supportive messages. But sometimes, love is private, and struggles don't always show up in photos or videos. This divorce, if it becomes official, would mark a major turning point in the story of the little couple. A story that was once full of hope and inspiration may now be tinged with sadness and reflection. The reaction from fans has been immediate and intense. On social media, hashtags are trending, comments are pouring in, and millions are expressing shock and heartbreak. "I never expected this," one fan wrote. "They seemed so happy," another exclaimed. For viewers, Jen and Bill weren't just reality TV stars. They were a symbol of love that overcomes adversity. And the thought that this symbol could be broken hits hard. It's important to remember that behind every headline are real people experiencing pain, confusion, and heartbreak. While we may speculate or form opinions, Jen and Bill are navigating a deeply personal journey, one that will affect their family, their children, and themselves. Fans, while heartbroken, are showing support by acknowledging the human side of this story. Family dynamics are central to this story. Jen and Bill's children, for example, may be deeply affected by the news. Children can sense tension, and even if parents try to shield them, emotions ripple through the household. How will the kids handle it? How will Jen and Bill communicate with them during this period? Additionally, there's the challenge of public scrutiny. Being in the spotlight adds layers of complexity to any personal struggle. Every decision is analyzed, every social media post is scrutinized, and every private moment becomes public fodder. And yet, Jen and Bill have consistently shown resilience in the past. They've overcome medical challenges, career hurdles, and societal judgments. Perhaps this too will be another chapter in their story of perseverance, albeit a painful one. While no one can know the full story, sources close to the couple suggest several potential factors contributing to this development. Some point to the pressures of fame, others to personal differences that became harder to reconcile over time. There's also speculation about how the pandemic years may have impacted their relationship, as many couples experienced heightened stress during those challenging times. It's also possible that Jen and Bill have been quietly working on solutions, seeking counseling, or exploring other avenues to save their relationship. Divorce may be the last resort, but if it happens, it will represent a significant life transition for both of them, and as fans, we are left to process this with empathy and respect. But here's where it gets even more dramatic. Insiders hint that the decision may not have been entirely mutual. While both Jen and Bill have reportedly been struggling, there are indications that one partner may have been more certain about this path than the other. This adds layers of complexity, emotional tension, and heartbreak. Divorce is never a simple process, and when emotions are unequal, it becomes even more challenging. Imagine loving someone with all your heart, yet feeling that the relationship cannot continue. That's the kind of human drama that makes headlines, but more importantly, touches lives deeply. And for fans of The Little Couple, it's a reminder that reality TV shows only capture fragments of real lives, leaving the rest in private struggle and silent heartbreak. Let's take a step back. What does this mean in the broader context of celebrity relationships and reality television? Relationships are difficult, period. Add fame, public scrutiny, and unique personal challenges, and the difficulty multiplies exponentially. Jen and Bill have navigated these waters for over a decade, and while many relationships might crumble under such pressure, theirs lasted remarkably long. This situation is also a reflection of human resilience. Even when love seems strong, life's circumstances can create tension, misunderstanding, and distance. For the fans, the lesson may be bittersweet. Even admired, seemingly perfect couples are human, with all the vulnerabilities, struggles, and emotions that come with real life. As we close this first part of the story, one thing is clear. The world is watching, and hearts are heavy. Jen Arnold and Bill Klein have inspired millions, and their story isn't over yet. Whether they reconcile, co-parent effectively, or go their separate ways, this chapter will leave a lasting mark on everyone who's followed their journey. In the next segment, we will dive deeper into the reactions of their children, explore exclusive fan responses, and discuss the potential next steps for this beloved couple. The drama, the emotion, and the story continue, and for now, fans are left in suspense, hoping for clarity, healing, and perhaps a glimmer of hope amidst the heartbreak. Stay tuned because what's coming next will touch hearts, stir emotions, and reveal even more layers behind the lives of Jen Arnold and Bill Klein. The story of The Little Couple is far from over, and the next chapter promises to be even more compelling than what we've seen so far. This has been your deep dive into the shocking news of Jen and Bill's divorce. Remember, behind every headline is a human story, full of love, struggle, and resilience. We'll continue to follow it closely together. Welcome back, everyone. If you thought part 1 was shocking, hold on to your seats, because the story of Jen Arnold and Bill Klein takes even more twists, turns, and heart-wrenching moments. The divorce news isn't just a headline. It's a ripple that affects not only the couple, but their children, their fans, and the community that has followed the little couple for years. And here's the kicker. New reports suggest that while the split seems imminent, there's still a glimmer of hope for reconciliation. But that hope comes with complexities, emotional weight, and decisions that will test both Jen and Bill in ways no one could have imagined. The most important, and perhaps the most heartbreaking part of the story, involves their children. Jen and Bill have always been devoted parents, showing the world that love for one's children can be a guiding force even in difficult circumstances. But divorce changes everything. Children are resilient, yes, but they also feel the tension, the sadness, and the confusion when parents drift apart emotionally. Insiders say that Jen and Bill have been carefully considering how to break this news to their kids. They're reportedly seeking advice from child psychologists, aiming to make the transition as gentle and supportive as possible. But even with all precautions, emotions run high. Imagine a child who has grown up seeing their parents, as a united team suddenly navigating a new reality. The challenge is enormous, the emotions raw, and the impact long-lasting. Meanwhile, the public reaction continues to escalate. Fans are flooding social media with comments ranging from heartbreak to concern, from speculation to pure support. Instagram threads, Twitter hashtags, TikTok videos, the response is overwhelming. One fan wrote, "I've watched them for years, and it's like losing a friend I never met." Another commented, "I hope they find peace. That's all that matters." And while some fans speculate about reasons for the split, the majority are focused on empathy and understanding. This dynamic highlights an essential truth. Reality TV doesn't just tell a story, it creates a community, a family of viewers who invest emotionally. And when a beloved couple faces turmoil, the audience feels it deeply. Media outlets have wasted no time. Headlines range from cautious reporting to sensationalist takes. Some speculate about long-standing disagreements, others about personal ambitions, and yet others about hidden tensions the cameras never captured. But here's a key point. Not everything you read online is confirmed. Many reports are based on anonymous sources or interpretations of social media posts. While the public craves answers, the truth remains personal and complex. Jen and Bill are navigating a private struggle while under a public microscope, and that's a level of pressure few can imagine. There are hints that both Jen and Bill may release personal statements soon. Past interviews show that they communicate openly with their audience. They share triumphs, challenges, and family milestones. If they choose to speak, it will be an emotional moment for fans, a chance to hear their side of the story in their own words. Imagine a scene where Jen, composed but emotional, explains her perspective. Or Bill, with characteristic wit and sincerity, shares his feelings of love, regret, and hope for the family's future. These moments, though hypothetical now, would be raw, honest, and deeply moving, a human story stripped of speculation and rumor. Divorce is never a simple process, and for a couple in the public eye, it's exponentially more complicated. There are legal considerations, property arrangements, and co-parenting decisions. And beyond that, there is the emotional labor, the grieving of a relationship, the sense of loss, and the challenge of redefining identity as individuals. Experts suggest that couples like Jen and Bill may benefit from mediation, counseling, and clear communication strategies to minimize the impact on their family. But even with professional help, the process is painful. Love does not vanish overnight, and neither do years of shared memories and experiences. Now, let's explore the potential paths for Jen and Bill. One possibility is a clean separation, co-parenting while establishing independent lives. This would involve careful coordination, emotional support, and most importantly, prioritizing the children's well-being. Another possibility is reconciliation. While insiders say tensions have been high, there's also evidence that both parties still care deeply for each other. Could counseling or time apart provide clarity and healing? Could the couple rediscover the bond that brought them together in the first place? While speculative, it's a narrative that fans are clinging to the hope that love can prevail, even in the most difficult circumstances. Let's take a moment to step away from speculation and numbers and focus on the human side of the story. Jen and Bill are not just TV personalities. They are partners, parents, and individuals with dreams, fears, and hearts capable of great love and deep pain. Imagine the quiet moments, the shared laughter that now feels bittersweet, the sleepless nights pondering the future, the tears shed in private, the silent conversations that last hours. These are the moments the cameras never show, yet they define the essence of what Jen and Bill are experiencing. And for fans, these glimpses of humanity make the story both compelling and heart-wrenching. One of the most beautiful aspects of this story is the response of the fan community. While some are shocked or saddened, many have rallied to show support, offering messages of hope, empathy, and understanding. Online forums are filled with fans sharing their own experiences, connecting over heartbreak, and expressing solidarity with the couple. It's a reminder that even in the age of fame and media scrutiny, community and compassion remain powerful forces. People who have never met Jen or Bill are feeling their pain, and that speaks volumes about the connection this couple has created through authenticity, vulnerability, and inspiration. And now, for the final twist of this story, one that adds a layer of complexity to everything we've discussed. Recent insiders hint that while the divorce is imminent, there may be a private agreement in place for future collaboration, both professionally and personally. Could this mean joint projects? Could it mean continuing advocacy together despite personal differences? Could it even hint at a future reconciliation under different circumstances? The truth is, we don't know yet. But what we do know is that this story is not just about the end of a marriage. It's about resilience, adaptability, and the power of human connection. It's a story that continues to unfold, and each development will teach us something about love, life, and the choices we make. As we reflect on the journey of Jen Arnold and Bill Klein, several lessons emerge. First, love is complex and multifaceted. It requires patience, communication, and sometimes difficult decisions. Second, life in the public eye magnifies personal challenges, reminding us that celebrities are human too, with emotions, struggles, and vulnerabilities just like anyone else. Finally, the story of the little couple reminds us that hope and heartbreak often coexist. Even in the midst of loss or uncertainty, there is room for growth, healing, and perhaps unexpected joy in the future. Jen and Bill's story, though tinged with sadness, remains a testament to resilience, authenticity, and the enduring power of family. So, as we close this chapter, remember, the journey of Jen Arnold and Bill Klein is far from over. Whether they continue separately, reconcile, or create new paths for themselves and their children, this story is a vivid reminder of the complexities of love, family, and life itself. For fans, the heartbreak is real, but so is the opportunity for empathy, reflection, and connection. Behind every headline is a human story, raw, emotional, and deeply relatable. Thank you for joining me on this emotional deep dive into the lives of Jen Arnold and Bill Klein. The story continues to unfold, and we'll be here to follow every moment with honesty, sensitivity, and heart. This has been your complete host-style coverage of the drama, the heartbreak, and the hope surrounding the little couple. Remember, even in the most challenging times, love, resilience, and compassion remain guiding lights. Stay tuned for updates because this story is far from over.